As a fashion designer, you have a ton of new projects, whether it is your new collection, whether it is an exhibition, a show, or whatsoever ahead of you. And you wonder, how can I stay on track with all this projects I'm having? And I will show you my 5 best tips that I have learned in the last 17 years as a professional fashion designer. So let's go. First of all, please guys, make yourself a plan, block time for it, and stick to that plan. It is very important that you list all the tasks that need to be done, break down a project in little steps, then you manage them in groups, which is more important, can be done quicker, and so on. And then you always put a deadline to them. This is super important, and you stick to that deadline. And do me a favor and don't procrastinate with, for example, research. If you have a research phase, research is super important. But I will tell you a secret. For the general amount of time for one collection, I always take only like 3 to 4 hours of new research. I block my time. I put noise cancelling earphones down. I'm totally in the mood of researching for new collection theme and so on. So only block a certain amount of time for various tasks and stick to them. Because if you like research for 1 or 2 weeks, you will fall behind, and then it's procrastination. It's not starting with a real event. So block the time. This is super important, and make yourself a favor and put deadlines to each and every step. This is super number 1, super important. Second, include everybody that is involved in a project and find your working method and stick to it. How do I do that? I often in my team we use what it's called a gallery method. How do I do the gallery method? It's a creative working method that you can apply, which is great for projects, every single project, no matter if it is a marketing project or your collection and so on. How does it work? First of all, you do a great, super detailed briefing for everybody that everybody can understand that is involved in that project. Then everybody takes notes, little notes, sticky notes or whatsoever, little paper thing, do little sketches, everything what's in your mind in that, little words, little sentences, everything that's can be related to this project. Then we stick everything to like a mood board or a cardboard, and it doesn't have to be something expensive. Mine is only like a cardboard where we put some white cloth around it, and it does the thing. So you don't need any expensive materials for that. Then you group them together in a group, and then you discuss everything. So there are good ideas that can be more evaluated. Then you have, for example, bad ideas that will be destroyed and so on. So in the end of the day, you come up with the best ideas, and everybody was working on these best ideas. So this is a method I think it's very great to do that. So collect the data. Everybody does collect the data who is in your group. Then you discuss everything, and then you work on the best ideas, and they will be your things. Something like that is showing like it's this thing. We do that all the time here. This would be like a project. This is what is the road to YouTube monetization. Well, guys, I'm so happy if you follow this channel and give me some feedback. By the way, there is a good example. If you need help as a fashion designer, as a shop owner, you can book now 15 minutes of free consultation. There is a link below, totally free. I will be happy to share my knowledge with you. It's totally free. So take your time and maybe book a call with me, 15 minutes for free. Happy to help you there. Number 3, build a structure that you can use for future projects. For example, if you have like a to-do list that each and every event has, then use that again or build that for future projects. Or if you have like a portfolio, always take the same template for it, or a marketing method. Always take your template, make a template for it, and use this template for your further project. So do yourself a favor, structure your things that are always coming again in certain projects and use them as a starting point. This is super, super important. You will save a ton of time and energy and money. So do that. Number 4, please document everything. Also document the steps you're taking. Like, how did you approach a project? Also, like, film little sequences, make photos of the process. You can use them for marketing purposes, for your social media, for your email marketing, and so on. So document. This is super important. And also, if you have a documentation, you can use them, for example, for if you apply for scholarships, for prizes, and so on. So if you have a great clear documentation, you will have always the footage and pictures that you can use for either projects, scholarships, and so on, fundings. So it's great to have a documentation for that. And last but not least, number 5, always evaluate what is good and what is bad in your event after the event is done. This is a mistake a lot of designers and a lot of people are doing. They just make, okay, they don't think everything to an end. And actually, it's always a circle. So there is a starting point, then you have like the process, then you have the actual event, and a lot of people, they stop there. But you should go there and say, okay, for my next project, I have this learning, we could do this better, this could be used better, and so on. So you have your learning, and it's an iterative process in the end. I'm also a trained user experience designer, so I always think in circles and how to iterate processes. But this is super important that you evaluate your project and that you are really thinking clearly what can be done better in your future projects. In end of April, in my store, I will do a zero waste exhibition. Zero waste patterns are one of my favorite things to work on because they are super sustainable. There is no waste in the process of cutting a garment, so this is really a great thing because I'm fully convinced that it's better not to produce waste than to think on how can we recycle it. So zero waste. So if we have these 5 things that I just mentioned before, I do a really clear plan for it. So we need more designers, so I make a list of, I will approach more designers, colleagues. How can we build up the collection? How can we market the collection? What will be the process of building the whole collection? So this is a whole plan with always a deadline next to it. Number 2, I did, of course, a very intensive briefing with my team, with my assistant, and with everybody who was involved, with the guest designers we are inviting, and so on. So this is very, very good. And we did the gallery method, as shown before. We did all the collection of the thing. We grouped them, we selected them, and we spoke about them, what is good and what is not good. So everybody has worked together on this project. Number 3, I have a clear project. I have a clear structure when it comes to projects. So there are to-do lists, there are email templates, there are marketing templates that I always use for creating a new project. Document, as you can see, we all document each and every single step, which we can use later on. And number 5, of course, we will evaluate when this exhibition is going to be done. And also the learnings from other exhibitions we did before will be involved in this certain new exhibition that you will see end of April. Maybe we will also do it in an online form, or you can have if you're not in Vienna, you can visit it online. We will see. I will keep you updated. And by the way, there is a great Discord servers. I would be so happy if you join. It's a little Discord server I created. Link is down below. There are a lot of designers. Maybe you're a design student also who needs help. There is a 15 minutes free call with me. You can participate of my experience from 17 years as a freelance self-employed fashion designer with his own shop. So there is a lot to do and a lot you can do, and I will be so happy if you engage. And now see you in the next video. Always comment. I'm so happy about your feedback, and see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.